Hello everyone and welcome to the Daryl Talks podcast. Today we have got the Endurance Challenger. Although he's a lot more than that, he is a very interesting person. So without further ado, welcome Dal.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming over. I've been looking forward to this.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm really excited.
So before we start, I just want to ask a few icebreaker questions. So the first question is, if you could have 3 celebrities that you could spend a day with, dead or alive, who would they be?
That's a good question. Well, I think as I've got a bit of a martial arts background, I think it would have to be probably Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Sylvester Stallone.
What would you do with them?
That's another good. Probably speak to them about their martial arts careers, really, I think, and their TV careers. Yeah, 3 top guys, really.
Would you put them all in the same day, or would they be separate days?
Oh, I think I'd have to go separate days, I think.
Yeah,
definitely.
Really get to know them.
Absolutely.
Next question is, what would be an ick of yours? So something that grates on you that might not grate on everyone.
Well, I'm a really big dog lover, so I think it would have to be people that don't like dogs.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I'm staring down at Barry, my dog now, and I can't imagine why anybody wouldn't like.
No, absolutely not. No, they're very friendly, very faithful. Can't understand people that don't like dogs.
Especially people that don't have dogs.
Yeah.
As in, that have never had a dog, never had a family dog.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I wasn't a big fan of dogs before I met Liz's dog, Harry, and he sort of made me love him. He was relentless. I tried avoiding him, but he would like, they sort of pick up on that and go, no, actually, you will love me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As I say, I think they're so friendly, so faithful, and yeah, it really bothers me to think that people don't like dogs. So definitely, that's probably my ick.
No, that's probably the best one yet, to be fair. So let's get into it. How do we know each other?
So I've worked with your wife Liz for a number of years, and obviously you've worked with Louise previously at Waitrose.
Yeah, so we've had a couple of crossovers, haven't we?
Yeah.
How many years have you been with your company?
This is my 29th year.
29th year.
Long time, isn't it?
So you must have been 4.
Absolutely, yeah.
4-year-old child slave, whatever they call it. So was that straight off school?
No, I did have another job when I left school. I worked in a garage just across the road from Appleby, actually. Sanford Garage.
Oh, really?
It's now a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Along with a few other things.
It was Motorland as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
29 years. What's kept you there? Just laziness?
Yeah, absolutely. Spot on, Daryl. No, I think it's really the career progression. So I started off in the warehouse as an assembler and just worked my way up through the promotions, really. So went on to be a team leader, warehouse manager, head of operations, and then in 2016 I was promoted to logistics director.
So you were like the poster boy for career progression. Like every company would like Adele, basically.
Maybe. Some would disagree with you, maybe. But...
Well, these days, staff turnover is so high.
It is, yeah.
Because, I don't know, there's more flexibility to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I've come from a career of 15 years, and then I only did 1 year before I thought, I need something more than this.
Yeah.
And now I'm only 2 years into the next one. Yeah. So 29 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. Not planning on going anywhere too soon either, so...
Oh, good. I'm sure they'll be glad to hear that.
Absolutely.
At what stage? Because I know you are quite a good martial artist.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to pronounce the word of karate that you do.
Yeah. So it's Godaru karate.
Oh, it's way easier than it.
Absolutely, yeah. Much easier to spell as well. So yeah. No, I've trained in karate for just over 40 years now.
40. So you're a bit of a ninja, really.
I wouldn't say that.
Have you ever had to use it?
On the odd occasion, yeah.
Yeah.
In self-defense situations, yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah. Better not give you too many details on that on air. But...
No, leave it be. You might have to kill me if you told me. So again, what you just stayed. You just kept doing it.
Yeah, no, and it was something I always wanted to do. My dad took me along to the local karate club in Sotash, watched a session, and then started on the following night. And to be fair, my parents never thought I'd stick at it, but obviously I've proven them wrong.
Has there been anything that you haven't stuck at?
I normally, if it's something I've got a really good interest in, then I'm normally dedicated. I normally get my head stuck into it, and
I think what we're leading on to, you listeners, you are going to find out exactly how once Dale gets fixated on something, he takes it to the extreme. Are you born and bred Saltash?
Yep.
So you went to Saltash school?
Yes, yeah.
Is there something about Saltash that you love?
Well, I've lived here all my life, so
You don't know anything
I
different?
don't know a lot different, but it's obviously, I work in Sotash, it's very convenient for work, etc. And most of my family live in Sotash, so...
No, it's just amazing, because my first idea for a podcast was people who have longevity in their jobs, like what keeps them going and all that sort of thing. But then it slightly changed a little bit because I realised I knew some really cool people who've got some really cool stories who maybe don't, they fluctuate on what they do and everything. But to meet somebody who is like a real life Saltashian, yeah, it's just incredible. What level martial arts was it called?
In 2022, I was promoted to 6th Dan black belt, which is 6 levels above a black belt, basically.
How'd you get your dans?
So when you get a black belt, that's first Dan. That you then have to wait 2 years to get your second Dan, 3 years to get your third Dan, and so on.
Do you have to do like different things?
Yeah, there's a grading up to fifth Dan, and then your 6th Dan onwards is kind of awarded to you based on your commitment.
So are there people that don't teach that can be multiple dans or?
Yeah, you can be. Yeah.
And do you still compete?
No, probably haven't competed since probably 2016, 17, something like that.
Is that because the other guy died?
No, that's just because I got a bit too old, I think. And it was getting a bit difficult to turn up to work with a black eye and things like that. So no, then I went across to teaching. So I teach now. So I've got my own club, or I'm a club instructor within the association.
Nice.
I teach on a Saturday morning. So I've got a small group of children and a small group of adults, which is really good.
Way. Have you tried any other like martial arts?
I haven't as such. The style of karate that I do is kind of incorporates a bit of sort of boxing and a bit of kickboxing. So, but I haven't.
I imagine it all like hey-ya.
No, not at all.
No,
like you sat opposite me with an open hand as if you're going to strike a piece of wood, but karate isn't like that.
Is that the show off bit?
Yeah, it is a bit.
I reckon I would struggle because
You'd be surprised.
I've got good reactions.
Yeah.
Because I'm so jumpy. I've never had a fight.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been beaten up, but I've never had a fight.
I've been beaten up.
You've been beaten up?
Well, on occasions, yeah, in tournaments. Unfortunately, there's always someone better than you.
Oh yeah, but that's like a controlled beating up.
Well, yeah.
I thought you meant like
Oh no,
somebody
no,
like
no.
in a pub or something.
No, I've been fortunate not to be in that situation.
And also, I've always had this thing that like you never know the background of somebody. So say me and you had an altercation, like we didn't know each other, and we had an altercation. To look at your size and your frame, obviously I can see you're toned and everything, but I wouldn't know that you're a six Dan karate thing. No. So for me, being drunk and Larry and thinking I'm having a go at this chap, what a nightmare that would be for somebody.
It could be.
I'm getting anxiety, like envisioning an altercation now. Did you ever compete like at a high level?
Yeah, I've done national and international tournaments. So British champion 3 times, national champion. Yeah, so I've had quite a bit of success over the years.
No way. I never knew that.
There you go.
And that's just a hobby. So imagine how good you are at your job.
Wow.
I assume that before then, like that took a lot of training and a lot of time. And
it was probably training 4 or 5 nights a week at that level. You really had to be training at least 3 times, but ideally 4, maybe even 5, particularly on a run up to a tournament.
So at what stage did you think, right, I'm going to just stick at this? Because being like a national champion, not everybody reaches that level.
No.
So was it your mindset or was it just repetition and...
Yeah, I think, like I said, it was karate was something that, I started sort of like mid-80s. And back then, karate was kind of the number one martial arts.
Was it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So obviously Bruce Lee was around. You had the Karate Kid films sort of coming out, and that made karate really popular. Nowadays, a lot of people are into the sort of the mixed martial arts and the MMA, and so karate is a very disciplined martial art. All martial arts are disciplined, but karate probably being one of the most disciplined sort of arts. And nowadays it's very difficult to get children, particularly young children, to have that sort of particular mindset. They get disciplined at home, they get disciplined at school, and then to come to karate. So you've got to get the right balance. I found I opened the club in 2016, I think, and at first there was quite a high turnover, but I had to get the right balance between discipline and fun, and having a bit of a laugh and a joke with them and so on. So I think I've got that right balance now. So I've had a good group now for a number of years that have stuck at it and progressed through, which is, it's really good to see.
Oh, it's amazing. Because I would love at some point to do some form of coaching with children. Because I was meant to go to uni and do primary education, but I did a work experience, and one of the teachers told me that this lad who was so clever had didn't know where he was sleeping each night, and I wanted to adopt him. I was like 16, and I wanted to adopt him, take him home with me, and it just broke me. So I will get round to doing something. For children. But that must be so rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
Because you got two children.
Yeah.
Do they have any interest in it?
They both had an attempt. But it didn't quite work, I don't think, with Dad teaching the children. I just don't think that combination worked very well, if I'm honest. But to be fair, they both had a go at it. But they certainly weren't forced into it. Over the years, I've seen. It's like any sport, I suppose. Parents can force their children into doing things that, they're not really interested in. And I don't believe in that at all. You've got to want to do the sport to enjoy it, haven't you? So, but yeah, it's really rewarding. And like I don't compete anymore. So being able to pass back some of my knowledge is, it's really good feeling, definitely.
Because also, you've done something with the Olympic torch, haven't you?
Yep, I did. Yeah,
twice. So
only once.
How did you get that?
So basically, I applied last year. So you had to basically put together a bit of a story about yourself based on your sporting achievements and what you've done in the community and any fundraising sort of activities you've been involved in.
No way.
So I sent that off, and January this year, I had confirmation that I was selected. So went to Paris on the 28th of June and carried the Olympic torch, which was amazing.
Where did you carry it to?
It was only over a very short distance. It was about 300 meters, and although that doesn't sound very long, it was absolutely long enough because the whole experience was overwhelming. As I'm sure you can imagine, there was loads of photo opportunities, videoing, and it was long enough. Any longer, and I just think it would have maybe taken...
Was it heavy?
Not really, no. I think I think they said it was like kind of the same weight as a 1.5 litre bottle of water. So it wasn't,
okay.
It wasn't heavy at all. But...
I was going to say, it ends up becoming a strongman competition.
No, it wasn't nothing like that. But that was
what
amazing.
A privilege,
Yeah,
though.
it was. Yeah. Once in a
and
lifetime
obviously
experience.
It's deserved, because else they wouldn't have granted you it. Did they do it for each county, or?
Yeah, so the torch travels from Athens to the place where the Olympics is obviously being held. So basically you carry it a stretch of the way.
So not only have you done that, so you have also judged the British Firework Championships. Is that right? That's hosted in Plymouth.
Yeah.
How on earth does one get good enough to be able to judge?
Well, that was just really a connection with work, to be fair. So I didn't have to really do anything as such to...
What criteria did they work it on?
I don't think there was.
Oh, was it not? It's just the one that you like the best.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Well, there was a criteria. But it was quite a basic criteria. But there were professional judges there as well. So.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't sort of just left down to novices like me. But there were professional judges there as well.
Did you do it more than once?
Yeah, I did it twice.
Did you get the good seats then?
Yeah, I had a very good view. Yeah.
And was it raining both times?
No, I think this is going back a few years now. No, I think it was dry. I think it was good weather.
So the reason we've got you on here today is to promote your endurance challenge that you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Having previously done two
others, yeah.
So can you explain the first challenge?
Yeah, that was in 2022. So unfortunately, my mum passed away in 2022. She was fortunate enough to spend the last 2 weeks of her life in St Luke's Hospice in Plymouth. So I just felt that to sort of say thank you and to give something back, that I would do some kind of fundraising activity. And I had this really bizarre idea of basically running and walking for 12 hours around Latchbrook, like a 1.4 mile loop. Then after each lap, complete a set of press-ups and a set of pull-ups. So I can't remember the stats on that one, but raised about £3,500, I think, from memory. And then the following year, I decided to do another endurance challenge, but this time over 24 hours. So it wasn't very unique. It was going to be really basically the same as what I'd done the year before, but over the 24 hours as opposed to the 12.
You didn't fancy going to like 18 hours?
Well, I did think about that, but 24 just seemed to be a better number. So raised about £8,500. This time it's for Marie Curie. So over the 24 hours, I ran 67.2 miles. That 0.2 is very important to remember.
I totally
That's the most
understand.
difficult part, I think. Completed 3,820 press-ups and 408 pull-ups over the 24-hour period.
The numbers are just unfathomable. And I don't know why I chose this podcast to try and say the word unfathomable. I've never used it previously, but that seemed the perfect context. And I was fortunate enough to go up and lend a hand.
Yeah, you did.
For a very short period of that time.
Yeah.
And the support was great, wasn't it? Like your family were there the entire time.
Yeah.
Is it your parents that literally sat there?
My wife, 2 children, my sister, her husband, and my sister's husband's parents. Which luckily, his parents, one's a retired nurse and the other is retired MOD boat police. He's retired, but he's actually...
is it paramedic?
Yeah, what do they call it? First responder.
First responder, yeah. Because he had to go out and on call.
He did, yeah.
During the last one.
Yeah.
Which is
so
incredible.
It's quite handy having those kind of people there.
Absolutely. But you've been really lucky, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely. The support was fantastic.
I don't mean lucky as in like undeserved. I don't understand the headspace that you have to get in.
No, it is you have to be a certain type of person. You really do, because, it's some people's absolute worst nightmare to do something like that.
I was bored on the one lap I did with you.
Yeah, but it's surprising how the time goes, and because, as I said, that the support was fantastic. Seeing all the different people at various times. The time does go. Yeah, I wouldn't say fast, but it doesn't. I wouldn't say it drags either. There are certain parts that.
I guess through the night bit.
Yeah, there was. I think it was midnight. I think I had 9 hours to go. It started raining, and I walked into a wheelie bin because I was looking at my phone or something. I can't remember now, but trying to change my music or something. But that was a bit of a low moment, I have to say. But you soon pick yourself up again and just carry on.
Is it worse when you stop?
Yeah.
To get going again?
Yeah, because I'm not a massive endurance runner, so the running and the walking is the worst part for me. So your legs, your hips, your feet, the blisters.
Because it's not like running on soft grass, is it?
No, it's just the amount of the length of time you bet. But yeah, and obviously I've got the one planned on the 6th of August, which is the 6th of September, sorry, which is 36 hours. So the target is 80 miles, 4,500 press ups, and 450 pull ups.
So what sort of training are you doing at the minute?
So lots of press ups, lots of pull ups, and as much running as I possibly can do. But as I said, I'm not a massive endurance runner, so during the challenge it will probably be sort of 70% grit and determination and sort of 30% sort of fitness, if I'm honest. But
those odds are not good, but if there's one person that can do it, it's going to be you, because I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
And what do your family think about it?
Took a bit of convincing, if I'm honest. They thought that last year was going to be kind of the last one, but no, they're 100% supportive.
Of course,
but obviously, they do worry, because 36 hours is a long time. The 24 hours last time really took it out of me. Done more training this time, because obviously it's a longer period of time, and it's a big commitment, because to train for that amount of press ups, you're sort of talking sort of whole afternoons of literally just doing press ups. So yesterday afternoon, for example, spent the whole afternoon in the garden doing press ups, literally. So obviously
that's madness.
Could have been out with the family doing other things, but
but
you've got to do the training.
Yeah, I suppose the repercussions if you don't are worse. Yeah. And actually for your family, if they're going to support you do the challenge, they'll support you doing the training, because that's only going to benefit. That is madness. Because I would struggle to do maybe 20.
Yeah.
So
But it's practice, though. It's practice, isn't it?
is it practice and technique?
Yeah. Well, just practice, really. Technique, yeah, definitely. But
Because pull-ups, I can't do what. Well, I could probably do a few pull-ups, but you just bosh them out every 1.4 miles.
But I never used to be able to do pull-ups, so that was probably something I started sort of training in probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and it's always that piece of equipment in the gym that you're always afraid to go to because you sort of grab hold of it and then struggle to pull yourself up.
I like the
watching.
one the assisted one.
Yeah, well, it's a good way to start.
Yeah, no, just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm an absolute rock star.
But yeah, it's practice, really. So, I struggle to do one and then just basically build on it from there.
Somebody said that to me. Do one, then practice doing two.
Yeah, same with anything. So, I'm a great believer that the more you practice at something, the better you get at it.
And rumour has it that you listen to Kylie Minogue on the way round.
That's definitely not true.
No?
Definitely
So
not true.
you're not a super fan?
No.
What sort of music? Is it all music?
Yeah,
maybe an episode of a popular local podcast?
Yeah, so any kind of music, really, I suppose, except for Kylie Minogue.
Oh.
That's definitely not true.
I thought that was a proper inside scoop.
No, I don't know where you got that from. Have a good guess, actually. So no, modern music, 80s, anything really. But I try and put as much on my phone as possible because obviously over that sort of length of time, you need a bit of variation.
Yeah, and like little things like your phone running out of charge.
Yeah, but obviously, I will charge it at various points to make sure. But yeah, music is really important. Like every time I go running, I always listen to music.
And do you plan your breaks?
No.
It's just when you fancy one, basically.
No, it's non-stop. I don't plan to stop for an hour or whatever. So obviously we'll have to stop for something to eat.
Yeah.
But that will literally be have something to eat and then carry on. There'll be lots of walking as well. So if anybody is driving by or anybody is around, by all means, please come along and
give him a beep.
Yeah.
Give him a toot.
Yeah.
Stick your fingers up at him, whatever.
Chuck a tomato at me.
Yeah, exactly. Like especially on the latter 12 hours.
Yeah.
Can you what are you how are you feeling about the last 12 hours then?
Definitely nervous. As soon as I put the Just Giving page out, that point, then it's like you can't pull out. When you start getting the sponsors in and whatever. But definitely nervous about it. But I just want the day to come now, just because injury is the other problem with the build up, the training. The last thing is you get
and then
a pulled muscle or something. So that's in the back of your mind.
So you're being wrapped up in.
Well, unfortunately, I will. The week before, I will just stop training. Then that'll be it. So I've got a couple of weeks yet of putting as much training as possible, but making sure that I don't pick up a silly injury.
Do you change your diet leading up to it? No?
I'm not. Carry on as normal.
Do you eat pretty healthy anyway?
Yeah, I'd say I'd eat healthily.
Because you look like you're in good nick.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I do eat healthily, but I wouldn't change anything.
And have you got time booked off afterwards? Because last time, didn't you go into work the next day?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I start 7 o'clock on the Friday morning and go through to 7 o'clock Saturday evening. So I've got obviously
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday to recover, then back into work on Monday.
Oh, so you haven't got any? You're not taking?
No, I should be fine though. I'm sure I'll be fine by then. Good night's sleep and just a lazy day on Sunday. Just maybe a gentle run on Sunday or something. A few press ups. No, there won't be nothing going on Sunday. Definitely not. I'd be lucky to get out of bed, let alone do anything else.
And like both your children are there.
Yeah.
And they are like they're rooting you on. Jack goes round with you a couple of times, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Lauren walks round, does a couple of walks around with you. Louise is the best coffee and tea maker and general chit chatter to all of your followers.
Yeah.
It's like it is a proper occasion. Like when I saw your post, I felt a little bit excited because I thought because I really enjoy going up and and last time we brought Lyra up last time, didn't we?
Did, yeah.
The time before that, the first one you did, we brought just Barry up.
Yeah.
And now, soon I'm gonna have to get a minivan if it carries on this time.
I think this may well be my last one. I think.
Yeah, part of me hopes so.
Yeah.
Because I'd like It's
Never
nice
say
bumping.
never,
It's
but-
nice bumping into you,
Yeah.
even if you change up a challenge. But
Exactly. Yeah. Well, certainly I'd have to do something different. I won't get away with doing the same thing again. I don't think. But
I do think it's so good that you do it local, and it's so visual,
yeah.
and you don't spout off too much about it. I appreciate that you're on a podcast, and maybe a few paper mentions, but you don't really. You don't. There's no push.
No.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Like it's such a good cause. So who's the charity this year?
It's Marie Curie again.
So you start with Marie Curie.
Yeah, so I've got a target of 5,000, which I'm confident that I'll exceed the 5,000. So I've got some support from work and the company-owned stores, the spa stores are getting
amazing.
involved. So may well have
Is
seen.
that different to last year?
No, they were involved last year, but they've just got a bit of a bigger target per store this time. So there's posters up in every spa store promoting the challenge. So hoping to get some really good money in this time.
Have you had to get the gazebo out the loft?
I have to get the gazebo out. Yeah, I have to set that up on.
Are you basing it at your house again?
Yeah. It's much easier that way because you obviously got the facility there, and Louise can supply everybody with the tea and coffee and so on.
Well, Del, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been great.
I wish you the best of luck, and of course, our whole family will be
Fantastic.
by your side. Not for all of it, unfortunately. I would love to,
Be
but
great to see you there.
Yeah, and if anybody is, like Dale said before, pop along, show your support. All the social media posts and the Just Giving will be posted on the episode. I'll be posting it as well, so please help. It's a great cause. Marie Curie. Thanks, Dale.
Thank you very much.
So there we have it, a nice quick episode for you, but it really means a lot to me that we support Del. What he's doing is incredible. I may try and get a cheeky video afterwards just to see how he's feeling and get it uploaded for you guys. So please support, please share, talk about it. Thanks a lot.